So I'm laying in paradise and I'm just thinking about what you actually need. And as I was looking down at the mountain and the ocean, if you can see, my thought was, I would love to buy a house here. I would love to own a house and come down and spend time here and own a piece of this place. And then I thought, why? Why do I actually need to own one? Okay, like why do I need to own a house here when I can come and enjoy it? What benefit do I have owning the place over renting the place from someone? You could say, oh, but you could make it your own. But realistically, what do you need? You already have time. That's the most important thing. Time is by far the most important thing. You already have time, or you think you do. But let's assume that you do. You have time already. The next thing you need to be able to pay for the things that you want to do. So you need to swap a certain proportion of that time for money. Money is just a medium of exchange. Okay, so it's stored value, stored time. So you have time, you need to exchange some of that for money, and then really, if you want to be smart about it, you should exchange another section of your time learning how to make your money exchange time more efficient. So you have time, you need to exchange money for time for money, and then you need to spend some time working out how you get better at exchanging time for money so that you actually spend less time exchanging time for money in return for more money. Does that make sense? And other than that, you just need some clothes and a laptop, and you can rent everything else. If you want to come and stay here in Olympus in Turkey, which I think you should, if you want to come and stay here, just rent a place. Use some of that money that you've swapped and rent a place. If you want to then leave and go somewhere else, you can. You don't need to own anything. You don't need to own a single thing other than the laptop, the bag, and the clothes. I'm trying to think of other situations if you're living this kind of life where you need more than that, where you need more than just the laptop and the clothes. And I think people with kids, maybe, they need things like a pushchair, or maybe they want to own their house for security, but why? What benefit do you get out of owning the place versus renting it off someone? For example, your house. If I owned a house here, I've then got to think about it all the time. I've got to think, like, someone's got to look after it. If I'm not here, who's going to make sure no one's burgling the place? Not that that would happen here. This feels like a crime-free area. Who's going to clean it? Who's going to make sure that the water pipes don't burst? I've then got to pay for all the electric, all the water. I have to, if I want to come and use it, it has to be clean before I get here because I haven't been here that often. I don't see the benefit versus the freedom to choose to come and stay and then have the freedom to leave when you want and go to somewhere else. If it was an asset, like a cash flowing asset, I think that's slightly different. So for example, if you bought a place and you then set it up so that someone could come in and clean it and you ran Airbnb out of it, fine, that's different. But even then, it's a business, so at a certain point, at a certain busyness, you think, oh, well, I'm staying here, but I can stay there for this much, and then I can rent this for this much. And if the place that you're renting and you're living in is cheaper than the price that you can get on Airbnb, you're probably going to go and stay in the other one. So I think owning something for cash flow is different. But when you're building, when you're just trying to get your cash flow sorted and get your plan sorted, and you're still in the swapping time for money stage, I think owning things just slows you down. If you own a lot of stuff, every time you move, it takes so long to pack everything up. You have to box everything up, move it. Where am I storing this? That's 3 trips, 4 trips. I have to rent a van to move this. I have to do this, I have to do that. And what extra benefit do you actually get out of having all of this stuff? There's diminishing returns for the amount of stuff that you own. There's a really good phrase, which is the stuff you own ends up owning you. And I do think that that's true. And so to live this life, oh yeah, look at that. I've got everything that I need in this one bag. It's not all my clothes. Most of my clothes are back at the place that I'm staying. I have a bigger bag. This is just one that I carry my laptop in if I go out and work for the day. And yeah, I'm in this hammock. I'm having an amazing time looking at this fantastic mountain straight into the ocean. If I want food, like ask someone, they bring food. If I want a drink, I ask someone, they bring it. Do I need to own the means of production of that food and that drink? Do I need to own this hammock? Does it have to be mine? Or am I okay just accepting what's here and using it? I don't know. But it's interesting that I really liked it here, and so my mind jumped to having to own the place. I don't feel the need to own anything.